What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC Fight Night video. Today we're going to talk about the Fight Night card, Swanson versus Lobov, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the Fight Pass prelims here. So we got 3 fights on the Fight Pass prelims. Let's go ahead and get started here. So first fight of the night, we got Hector Sandoval versus Matt Schnell, or whatever you say, however you say his name. This is a flyweight fight, and Sandoval here is coming off a win. We got his UFC profile here. 30 years old, 5'2", and only 64-inch reach. His summary is described as well-rounded. So we look at his last fight and his last win against Freddie Serrano, who I think he is a Olympic wrestler, but he got taken down twice in that fight. And yeah, to be honest, that's Freddie Serrano did not look too good. Maybe it's because he got hurt early. But yeah, that guy did not look good at all. Only 22 significant strikes for a flyweight. That's pretty fucking horrible right there, if you ask me. So very low volume there from Serrano, and Sandoval only had the 2 takedowns, the 2 I don't know what are these, submission attempts, and then he had only 33 significant strikes. So very low volume, but you know, he lands a lot of power shots. Throws a bit wild, but you know, good power in his strikes. So this guy got 3 wins by knockout, 2 by submission, a guillotine, and an armbar. 3 first-round finishes. Pretty good record, 13-3. This guy really, what it looks like is that this guy really likes to like just kind of wrestle and then strike at the same time. He likes to like kind of chain his stuff together, kind of like when I was kind of watching it, I was kind of like seeing maybe like a little bit of like Cain Velasquez or something like that, but not as good, obviously. But yeah, that's what I would describe his style as. And then we go on to his opponent, Matt Schnell, or actually let's just go ahead and call him Danger. So we got Danger here, 10-3 record. His summary is described as heavy hands, submissions for days. 27 years old, so he's 3 years younger, and he's 5'8", so he's gonna have a 6-inch height advantage and also a 6-inch reach advantage. So you know, that's gonna come in handy there, because I believe Matt here is the better striker. He made his UFC debut again. It was a short notice fight, and he got KO'd, but I mean, his striking looked good, and off his back he could scrap, and it looked like he had a really scrambling type of grab, but his striking looked really solid. And this is how you know it's solid, just looking at his accomplishments here. He had Golden Gloves champion, karate purple belt, so this guy's pretty well rounded, even though he lost his UFC debut to kind of a high level guy, just kind of under in the bantamweight division. That guy has some striking. It doesn't really hurt him finished early in that fight, because I saw a little bit of him in that fight where he really showcased some of that striking skill. Just ended up getting caught against Rob Font there. 3 armbar, 2 guillotine, and inverted, and then he got 2 wins by KO. And also he has 7 finishes. So yeah, this guy's aggressive. He's pretty well rounded. He could do it. Okay, here we go. Anyways, like, sorry about that, guys. Computer was acting up or something. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and continue here. So I believe Matt here is pretty well rounded, has solid striking, has some good submissions, good scrambler, and good volume in his UFC debut, even though he got caught in that fight. So yeah, I really like Matt's chances here, guys. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and pick Danger here. I think he's just gonna have too much length, and I also think he's gonna be dangerous if Sandoval tries to take him down, which I think he will. I think Sandoval's gonna be really going for the takedown, because on the feet I believe Danger's gonna be able to outstrike him. So Sandoval's gonna try to take him down, and on the ground I think Matt will either work for a submission, or he will find a way to get back up to his feet with his scrambles. His scrambles will create the opportunity to get back on his feet, and on the feet he should be able to chew up Sandoval. So I really like Danger here. Sandoval is like a veteran, he has a solid record, good style, wrestling with the striking and whatnot, but I believe Danger here should be able to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Danger here, and I think he's going to win by a second round submission. Alright, next fight we got Bryan Barberena versus Joe Proctor. So a lot of people know Barberena. This guy was taking out the prospects like Sage Northcutt. He took out Warley Alves, but he ended up losing to Colby Covington. So he made his match there against that guy. Let's go ahead and check out his recent fights so you guys can see it right now. His summary though, real quick: heart, toughness, and the beard. That is a pretty fucking majestic beard there. 27 years old, pretty young. And yeah, as you can see, he lost to Laprise, but he ended up tapping out Sage Northcutt, where he was a huge underdog in that fight. And yeah, I was watching a video. It was the Bookie Beatdown. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that podcast. It's kind of over now, but yeah, CJ Safdie really convinced me to pick Bryan Barberena, and he ended up winning that fight. And yeah, pretty much really exposed Northcutt's weaknesses on the ground. But yeah, it was a good win for Barberena. Then you got Warley Alves versus Barberena, where he landed a shit ton of strikes against Alves. Alves looks like he could not take him down at all. He did have a submission attempt early in the fight, but he cannot get the submission. And then against Colby Covington, Covington just pretty much dominated him, guys, man. This guy is a fucking animal. Fucking Covington, he will wrestle the fuck out of you, and he will not get tired, man. He landed 12 takedowns, and he also outstruck Barberena. Pretty much just completely dominated him. So yeah, Barberena's gonna come, he's trying to come back from that loss, trying to bounce back, and he got the perfect opponent for that. We got Joe Proctor here. He's an average type of guy. His summary here: jiu-jitsu, power, and takedown defense. He's a little bit older. His last fight, he got knocked out in the first round against a Russian striker in Magomedov Mustafa. And before that, he actually got a third round submission win against Justin Edwards, a guy I never even really heard of. Then he lost by Medeiros, and then he beat some other guy named Justin Salas. Like, pretty much this guy looks like he's beating really low level competition, that guys that are probably not even in the UFC anymore. And yeah, he's making his welterweight debut against Barberena, who looked pretty solid in his fight, against Alves. It just Covington really exposed, his wrestling. But at the same time, Barberena actually had some good, some decent takedown defense. But Covington's just a fucking animal, man. But yeah, he's not gonna have the problem here with Joe Proctor, guys. This guy, just look at his grappling. He has no takedowns. He's never shot a takedown in his UFC career, according to this, or he has not completed a takedown. So the fight's gonna be all standing unless Proctor has changed dramatically, because this guy has not fought since late 2015. We're now pretty much almost in the middle of 2017. So yeah, this guy's coming off a long layoff also. So everything's going against Joe Proctor here. I expect Barberena to be the favorite in the fight. Yeah, so I like Bam Bam here in the fight, man. This guy should be able to get the win. Should be able to outstrike Proctor, maybe even get a finish. So I'm going Barberena on this one, guys. This guy has good power in his hands. He doesn't look... Actually, I don't even know why they have him at 155. That's kind of weird, because right here it says welterweight debut. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a welterweight fight, but either way, it doesn't really make a difference, guys. Barberena is going to be the better fighter, I would say, in this fight. He lands more volume. He's going to be the better striker. And I don't think Proctor is going to be able to threaten with the takedown. So, should be Barberena all day. And I think Barberena is going to get a third round knockout. So, that's going to be my pick, guys. Third round TKO. Next fight, and the featured fight on the Fight Pass prelims, we got Alexis Davis versus Cindy Dandoy. So we got a newcomer here in the UFC, but she's kind of a veteran, 8-2 record. She's a judoka pretty much, really good judo. We already know Davis, kind of struggled with a judo fighter, someone we already know. You guys know what I'm talking about, Ronda Rousey. She got finished quick in that fight. So yeah, Alexis Davis, jiu-jitsu is her summary. Both these girls are the same age. Both of them are 32. You guys can see right there. Her last fight, she lost to Sarah McMahon in the second round by submission. McMahon pretty much kind of controlled her on the ground for most of the fight, but she was eating elbows elbows and strikes in the guard of McMahon. I mean, in the guard of Alexis Davis. But McMahon still ended up getting that second round submission. She got the arm triangle. So it was a good win for McMahon there. And then we go on to Cindy's page here. Summary: judo, wrestling, grappling. So she's really good with her judo. The thing I don't like about this girl is, man, she has like pretty much non-existent striking from what I've seen. I haven't seen her much. I haven't seen her on the feet much because, to be honest, guys, she has a lot of first round finishes. She has 4 first round finishes. She finishes quick in her fights. But her stand-up looks really horrible. Does not, like, she looks very flat-footed on the feet. She does not look comfortable at all on the feet. She pretty much wants you to come at her, and then she's trying to grab onto you as soon as she can, pretty much, you know. So she has no stand-up. She really depends on her judo game and her wrestling and whatnot to take the fight to the ground, where she works her jiu-jitsu or just kind of pounds you out on the ground. Yeah, but she's a quick starter and a quick finisher. So the stand-up in this fight, for sure, I'm giving Davis the stand-up advantage. She does have a little bit of multi, as you guys can see right here. Ontario amateur multi-champ. She does have the better striking, but on the ground, I mean, Alexis Davis takedown defense is horrible, guys. So, you know, it kind of depends on who employs their game plan here in the fight. Yeah, but Cindy here has beat some good competition. She beat Megan Anderson, who is Invicta FC's current featherweight champion. In that fight, in the second round, I saw her in the feet. That's why, you know, I saw Cindy's stand-up that it did not look good at all. She, like I said, this girl has pretty much no stand-up. She's trying to take the fight to the ground as soon as possible, and on the ground she is pretty strong. So, you know, maybe this could be like another fight where, like, you know, Davis struggles against judo, like how she struggled with Ronda right away and she got finished quick. Maybe Cindy could do something similar. The thing is that Cindy's not also, she doesn't seem very explosive with her grappling. She kind of just grabs onto you and takes you down very easily, but she doesn't seem very like explosive with it. So yeah, guys, kind of like an even fight here. I'm pretty sure Davis is gonna be the favorite. So, you know, for DraftKings, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Cindy in this fight, guys. But I mean, it's a very even fight. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick Cindy here. I think maybe she could employ her judo game, take Davis down early, maybe get that quick submission, maybe like a, let's go ahead and just say second round submission, because Davis is kind of tough off her back also. You know, in her guard, she lands those heavy elbows, and I don't know if Cindy likes to get hit too much. So like I said, it's a very close fight. But for right now, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick Cindy, and I'll just go ahead and say she gets a second round sub. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be it for the video. I got Danger, second round sub. I got Barbarina, third round knockout. And then I got Cindy Dandoy, second round submission. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be it for this video on the Fight Pass prelims. Gave you guys my picks. Stay tuned for the FS2 prelims video, and then the FS1 main card video. Alright, guys, so subscribe for more. If you guys are a new viewer, I do these UFC fight pick videos whenever there's a UFC card. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and catch you guys on the next video.